Welcome back to Pressbox Chatter. I'm Sam Bird, and I'm joined by my good friend and former All-Star goaltender, Ryan Castellino.
Here's what we got lined up for you today.
A whole lot of Pierre-Luc do drama,
The Vancouver Canucks,
the Washington Capitals and their nesting dolls,
First Line Center, Marshawn Lynch,
Alex Radulov's carnivore diet,
and our injury report intern, Sheldon, the metal detector Sanderson.
We're gonna break all of that down for you in 10 minutes or less.
Oh, it's Pressbox Chatter in 10 minutes or less. Oh, it's Pressbox Chatter with Rhyno and the Birdman.
Sammy, would you look at that? Already episode 3 of Pressbox Chatter.
Got that right, Rhino. Another week of puck in the books.
Oh yeah, bud. You coming over to watch the games tonight, eh?
Oh no, Ryan, I gotta take care of me mooses.
Oh, is it Looney the Moose?
No.
Oh, then it's gotta be Toonie the Moose.
Oh no, but Toonie's my dog.
Oh, then it must be Lumpy the Moose.
Oh no, he died last week, Ryan. Couple of beavers took him into their dam. It was lights out from there, bud.
Oh. Anyway, you gonna come over to my place tonight to watch the game?
Sure, buddy. I'll bring a 2-4 of Hutchinson's pure Nova Scotia organic maple syrup and some Timbits.
Just make sure that syrup is pure. I want to make sure I can't remember Sid the Kid's golden goal by the end of the night.
Oh, you got it, bud. Hey, let's touch Gretzky tonight, Rhino. Montreal and Vancouver settled things old school when Canadiens defenseman Joel Edmundson and the Canucks defenseman Tyler Myers mutually agreed to a staged fight. One game after Myers sidelined Montreal's Yoel Armia with a concussion.
Ironically, Edmundson and Myers are off-ice friends and frequently spend time together during the off-season in the gym, where they engage in barbell sword fights and try to strangle each other with skipping ropes. Hey, they're totally violating the gym code of conduct. Pierre-Luc Dubois finally got what he wished for. After being told to get dressed on a stool in the bathroom of the team's bus before Thursday's game against Tampa.
Hey, Pierre, sorry about that.
And then benched for the entire second and third period.
And you guessed it, the intermissions too.
That same game by former bench boss John Tortorella, Columbus dealt the former third overall pick and the 2022 third-round draft pick to the Jets for forwards Patrick Laine and Jack Roslovic.
Now that Dubois won't be forced to sit on the floor and eat dog chow at team dinners, he should actually be willing to put in some effort on the ice.
The Vancouver Canucks have gotten off to a rocky start. Although Bo Horvat, Brock Besner, and Quinn Hughes have had good starts, they haven't been able to figure out how to keep the puck out of the back of their net.
In the first 7 games of the season, Vancouver allowed 33 goals against. The Canucks are going to have to figure this out quickly, or else they'll start being referred to as the Vancouver Canucks.
Get off the stage!
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Does anyone know where my keys are?
Let's kick his knees in.
I want a piece of this guy.
He's really handsome.
The Unleashed Beasts division? No. Oh, the Reese's Pieces division. Why can't we ever remember the name?
How about on 3, we just say what comes to mind? 1, 2, 3.
The East Division.
I knew they'd finally get it.
Man, I'm so proud of those guys. 4 members of the Washington Capitals will have sat out 3 of their required 4 games for violating the league's COVID protocols. Alex Ovechkin, Evgeny Kuznetsov, Dmitry Orlov, and Ilya Samsonov socialized maskless in a hotel room while playing with their nesting dolls and rehearsing their Russian folk dance routine, a new celebration they're going to perform this season. Zdeno Chara was the one who blew their cover as hotel security heard his footsteps from 4 floors down.
Did we all forget about Jeff Skinner's 8-year, $72 million contract? Last season was the first year of his massive deal, and he was downright putting up just 14 goals and 9 assists. This year, he's picked up right where he left off. With just 1 assist on the season, Skinner has been demoted to the 4th line. If I were a Sabres fan, I'd be losing my marbles. Think about all the things the organization could have done with that money. For example, buy real-life buffaloes to unleash the empty arenas while the team plays. Or invest in some Bitcoin. Maybe bribe Bettman for a playoff spot. Or buy literally anything for Jack Eichel so he doesn't become the next Pierre-Luc Dubois. Yee-haw! Ryan boy, you know what time it is.
What that then, here then, what that then, who is it, what time is it, summer boy?
It's this now, here, then, there, here time to talk about the Wild West Division, my brother. Not much going on in the West Division, but unsurprisingly, Vegas has gotten off to a hot start. Minnesota, St. Louis, and Colorado are also just a few points behind them. The only news coming out of the division this week, other than Brent Burns making the Wild look like a peewee team, is the Avalanche's new signing, former NFL running back Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch decided to take his talents to the ice this week when he suited up in Colorado Avalanche gear with Akeem Aliu. Due to COVID-19 protocols, Marshawn had to suit up at home. This caused a few issues since he's not exactly familiar with hockey equipment. He began by tying up his wheels, putting on his helmet for safety, then putting on his Under Armour, followed by his jersey, elbow pads, a cycling unitard, shin pads for his forearms, socks wrapped around his skates to keep his feet warm, and then finally put on his pants, but tied them up a little low to keep with his saggy pants style.
Hey, I'm just here so I won't get fined.
He then proceeded to drive to the rink with his skates on and no skate guards. He walked from the car to the ice and declared himself Sean Gretzky. Personally, I prefer Martial Lyncheskog. Well, Rhinoceros Castiglionosius, looks like you're finally going to get to see some of those Stars and Lightning games now that Dallas is back on the ice. You excited?
I'm so pumped, I can drop kick you in the nuts! After finally playing their first game, the Dallas Stars have come out guns a-blazing, laying a 7-0 beatdown on the Nashville Predators, letting the boys from the heart of country know they've heeded their last haw. After the game, players were asked how they managed to stay ready after their delayed start.
Anton Khudobin said that he continued working his 13-hour shifts at the Olive Garden and limited himself to 12 breadsticks per shift rather than his usual 36. Alexander Radulov said, quote, "Eat liver of Siberian tiger."
Undrafted Chicago rookie Pius Suter, whose name sounds more like a European toilet fixture than it does a person, logged his first career goal en route to a hat-trick against Detroit this week, bringing him to 4 points on the season, or 1 more point than the Ottawa Senators. We're now joined by injury report intern and ex-NHL player whose career was cut short by multiple serious injuries, which he constantly references, Sheldon, the metal detector, Sanderson.
Thanks for having me, Cam and Brian. I'm gonna start off by letting you guys know that Joe Thornton's gonna miss at least a month with a fractured rib. That reminds me of the time Messier carved out one of my kidneys behind the play. I only missed 2 shifts. Next up, we got Jamie Benn on the Minnesota North Stars.
Actually, Sheldon, they're called the Dallas Stars.
Sorry about that, Riley. Anyway, Jamie Benn is out day-to-day with a lower body injury. Speaking of lower body, I've had so much replacement surgery, I'm 75% titanium from the waist down. Haven't been allowed on an aircraft since '03. Lastly, the Canadians are going to be without Yoel Armia for some time. He suffered a concussion against Vancouver. You know, one time Ty Domi punched me so hard he broke my defense partner's jaw.
Alright, Sheldon, thanks for coming in and summing up last week's injuries. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks for having me, Peter and Kevin. You might see me, but I won't see you. Blocked an Al McInnes slap shot and it severed my optic nerve. Now all I see are tracer images of the fabric patterns from Don Cherry's sports coats. I live a very sad life and I hate every second of it.
This episode was written by Sam Bird and Ryan Castellino with the help of Ted Bird, Michael Waba, and Brandon Zoliak. Our music was written and recorded by Alex McMullen. Go and check out his new song, Let Myself Be Loved by You, on Spotify and Apple Music.
This episode of Pressbox Chatter was brought to you by the Columbus Blue Jackets Canine Cuisine, the dog chow that used to be Pierre-Luc Dubois' mandatory dinner.
Oh, it's Pressbox Chatter in 10 minutes or less. Oh, it's Pressbox